It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, friends. It is November 7th, and we are starting off the day with temperatures in the 40s once again. It was pretty chilly out there yesterday morning when you factored in the breeze with the 40s, so bundle up as you head out the door today. For the kiddos, you might want to add a hat or a pair of mittens with numbers in the 40s. Once again, I think we warmed to the low 60s today, but low 60s for afternoon highs. I am expecting a rain-free day, but much like yesterday, some of us are starting the day with a bit of ground fog across the Ozarks. So big heads up to you there. You might want to plan a few extra minutes, especially if you are long or north of the plateau here in the Ozarks. We have patchy fog that's possible. Again, visibility may drop and be reduced to about a half mile at times, so it really could slow you down in a few spots. We've still got river flooding out in the eastern Ozarks. There are places that are going to see the patchy fog simply because of all the moisture just still on the ground. The ground is still wet. The grass is wet. And we've got more rain in this forecast. Doesn't come today. Today's a dry day in the forecast, but I am expecting that we do stay a bit cooler today. Again, high temperature in Springfield, about 61 degrees. And we will see those wind chill values in the 30s early this morning with a northeast breeze. We'll hold on to that northeast wind through the day today at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. I am expecting, though, that the ground fog does not stick around for long. We should see that subside by the mid-morning hours. And most of the activity today is well to our south. Much of the interior southeast seeing some heavy downpours today. There's also that mountain snow we've been talking about out in the Rockies. That's our next storm system, and it's going to get here by the time we get to Friday. So not too much longer before we are talking more rain in the Ozarks. And for those of you that are still dealing with flooding, this is not the most welcome news for you. Another storm system, though, moving in late Friday into early Saturday. This looks to be moving in very late Friday. I will say that. I think it's well after dark, and it starts out west, moves eastward through early Saturday morning into the afternoon hours on Saturday. Things should start wrapping up around here by Saturday evening. We should see an end to those rain chances. But once again, this is looking like a fairly widespread rain. Anywhere from a half inch to an inch is going to be common across a widespread region for the Ozarks, but there could be some localized spots that get closer to 2 inches of rainfall. Now, for those of you out east that are like, no, not another drop of water at this point, the good news maybe for you is that the localized heavy rain does appear that it will stay out in some of our western counties this time. So hopefully we can distribute how much goes around. It does still look like a good widespread half inch to inch, though, will be possible for places that were hard hit earlier this week. Highest chance is going to be in our western counties. And I think the best timing for the rain will be Saturday morning into the early afternoon hours. And then that storm system gets out of here pretty quickly. It should leave us with a dry day on Sunday, but it may slow you down if you've got some weekend plans, just something to keep in mind. High temperature today, low 60s for Springfield, but there could be spots that stay in the upper 50s. We'll start off tomorrow morning in the 40s once again. No freezing temperatures through my end of the week or weekend forecast. However, we will see showers and thunderstorms and more cloud cover in the forecast, not just today. I have cloudy skies tomorrow before showers and thunderstorms arrive overnight into early Saturday. And then Saturday looks like another kind of stormy day in the Ozarks. Not severe weather, but some flooding risk just because of the rain that's already been laid down. Temperatures will remain in the 60s through the duration of this forecast. We've got low 60s for you again tomorrow. I've got mid 60s on Saturday, and we're still in the mid 60s on Sunday. But Sunday, we should at least get some sunshine to come back through, which will be a nice change of pace by then. Around the country, what weather is making headlines? Well, a lot of it. Critical fire danger still taking place out in Southern California. There are alerts and advisories all over there. We've also now got Hurricane Rafael that has strengthened to a hurricane and enters the Gulf of Mexico today with some tropical storm warnings going off. That's going to happen for South Florida. Heavy rain is happening for the interior carrier southeast, and then an increased threat for heavy snow is going to impact the central and southern Rockies over the next few days. So we will be listening to those snowfall headlines in the national news forecast as well. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. Here it was yesterday. In the movie Home Alone, what is Kevin preparing to eat when the wet bandits hit his house? And the options that I gave you were A, cheese pizza, B, macaroni and cheese, C, ham and cheese, or D, grilled cheese. Cheese in all of the options. And your first instinct may have been a cheese pizza, because there's that famous scene in the hotel where he orders a cheese pizza. However, this question is referring to when Kevin is alone in the home. The family just left for vacation and he's enjoying himself. And the correct answer is B. He was enjoying a cup of microwaved Kraft macaroni and cheese for dinner. He was just settling in. Kevin blesses his dinner before the burglars arrive, but then he has to run away before he can eat it. So B, macaroni and cheese is the correct answer. Got me in the mood to watch that movie as we get closer to the holiday season. All right, here's your question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. In which sports are the terms stale fish and mule kick used? Have you heard of these? A stale fish and a mule kick. What sport do you think that's part of? Do you think it's A, surfing, B, climbing, C, skateboarding, or D, snowboarding? You can submit your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. I want to thank our sponsors for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. That's Command Family Medicine, John's Heating and Air, and Rescue Towing. And for you for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I sure appreciate you. And if you enjoy the podcast, please make sure you rate it. That helps everyone find us on wherever they get their podcasts. So I sure appreciate if you love listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Remember to leave us a review. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll chat again early tomorrow.